So Rider of the Month this month goes to Craig Zackey. We've been racing in the Cape, but only a few meetings. Craig, congratulations. I could not ignore the ride on the Real Prince, so congratulations.
Yeah, thank you, Em. I think it's my first one and definitely an honor. You know, it always helps when you're on a really, really good horse. You know, they can put themselves in good positions and get you out of trouble, and the Real Prince did exactly that.
Yeah, Craig, let's talk about the race. Obviously, been in a couple of places where you've got onto a horse, myself also, and you got doubt about staying. Was there ever doubt for you that the horse, you got to be a little bit conservative, and did you ever have doubt that he's going to stay the distance?
There was a little bit of doubt, not necessarily the distance, MJ, but more the fact that he was coming off a 2-month break, straight from the Julo, and I was just a little bit worried about him being fresh, over racing, and then that was going to obviously ruin every chance he is of him seeing out the trip. But I couldn't have had a better horse on the day. His demeanor was so good. He just did everything right, and it just mapped out perfectly.
The race worked out perfectly. You draw 5, Richard draw 11, and just before you turn into the straight, well, there's Craig following the best horse or the horse to beat.
Yeah, so that really worked out well.
Talk us to the race.
So, funny enough, on the day I got the surge of confidence, and I got into the parade ring, and I basically looked at Dean and I said, you know what, I'm going to ride him just like he's the best day around. I'm going to be a bit positive. I'm going to be confident. And Dean slowed me down a bit. I says, okay, I like all the confidence, but let's just take it back a notch. We might not see the chip out, so I'm not saying just drop him out. Get him in a good spot, but don't force him in a good spot. And I did exactly that. I was happy where I ended up. And then when I saw Richard overcome that draw, I was happy and sad at the same time. You know, it's a horse you want to pull you through. It's the right horse to pull you through, but at the same time, it's a horse to beat. And you don't even know if you're going to get to him. But yeah, I was just really keeping my cool throughout the entire race. I was able to follow Richard into the straight. I was able to get off the rail, get to a nice little gap, and the rest is history. I was able to run down a very, very good 3-year-old.
How did your goosebumps feel going through about the 200? You still had to get there, but you could see your horse was quickening.
Yeah, you still had to get there. You know, I actually got to him earlier than I would have liked him. Richard's horse gave a beautiful kick top of the straight, and I was hoping to get to him at about the 150, but I got to him at about the 250. The angle doesn't do it too much justice, but when I got to him, I thought, okay, he'll win a length or two. That's how well I got to him, and then my horse started feeling the distance and started needing it. So I think all heart came through at the end of the day, and I was, you know, it all went very silent and still, but I was happy my head was down where it mattered most.
Craig, for me, it was a fantastic ride, and I think some youngsters watching, you ever ride the July, try and ride it like that. You can't go wrong.
Thank you so much, Em. Means a lot coming from you, who's been around and ridden some big race winners, and I'll cherish that.
What a season. Craig Zackey, Rider of the Month on the Real Prince in the Hollywood Pets Durban July.